Yo, welcome Flyffers. So, is Flyff Universe pay to win? I received this question so many times yesterday, at least 300 times. A lot on stream, in Discord, people kept messaging me asking me this. So I made a video and we will take a look first in which kind of payment strategies games have in general and in which category Flyff Universe will fit the best. And then we will take a look at the cash shop together and try to categorize different items and make a big conclusion to give an answer to the question. But before we jump right into the video, I noticed that 75% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel yet. So if you appreciate my work, consider subscribing. And if you're not sure yet, let's make a deal. You watch this video all the way till the end and I'm sure I'll earn your subscription by then. So now let's get right started. So one of the common categories play games use to make cash, they're using a pay-to-play option. This means you have a monthly subscription that you're paying to actually play the game. And the best example is World of Warcraft. Another pay-to-play option is basically just buying the game, like a hard copy, usually for single-player games and stuff like this. The next thing is pay for convenience. This means, for example, all key features are unlocked by default, but to having like some quality of life features that make your game easier, but are not beneficial in any way that it's like drastically making it overpowered, is called pay for convenience. And the best example for this is Path of Exile, where you have a really small inventory space and you can increase your inventory space by paying real cash. And this is just for a convenience factor, so you don't have to go to town that often. You can collect more gems and stuff like this. So it's not pay to win, definitely, it's just for your own convenience. Now, then we have something that's called pay to style. And those are probably the least pay to win games that exist, because the only thing you can buy in those kind of games are cosmetics. And a good example for this is the new League of Legends. Like the old League of Legends had a rune system, which could be considered a bit pay to win, but the new system got rid of the rune system, so they can actually call themselves a pay to style game. And all you can do right there is buying skins, optimize the look of your character and all kind of stuff like this. So there's nothing overpowered in a shop. Now, then we have games that are pay to progress. This means everything that's inside the game is available for free-to-play players, but can also be purchased with real cash. And this will result in like people that are paying real cash to progress in the game a lot faster than someone that's only playing normally without investing any cash. And this is probably the biggest confusion, that pay to win and pay to progress get mixed up. So if everything is available in a game and you can farm it, it just takes long, then it's only pay to progress and not pay to win. So of course, pay to win is considered when you can buy stuff in a cash shop that you're not able to obtain otherwise in the game via farming and stuff like this. And probably the most common and known pay to win game is Crossfire. It is actually a shooter where you can buy stronger armor, stronger guns, for example. So you're playing a shooter, basically a skill matchup where it's about APM, reaction time, strategy, and they turn it into a total pay-to-win disaster where you could be so tanky that people need like free shots for you. You could survive headshots with the correct setup. You could buy guns that basically one-shot anyone that was not having an armor on. So this is something I would consider heavy pay-to-win. And now we have like all those kind of different categories. And now we want to take a look at the cash shop and what's actually pay to win about Flyff Universe. So when we are in the cash shop, we do have a limited offer section where you can buy offline vendors. That means usually you need to stay right here as those characters are doing it, open a shop, have your computer turned on basically, and showcase the items to the players so they can buy it. With this scroll, you can do this for 30 days and have a shop open while leveling, for example, or have a shop open even while you're offline. So this is something I would call pay for convenience. And this is something that's not harmful to the game at all. It's a really good way for a game to make money without influencing the playstyle at all. But then we also have the summer costume. This is a box that can contain random summer sets, and they have a effect. This means they have the best set has a 10% speed effect and has a 5% chance of getting it. This means on average you would need 14,000 F coins to achieve one set with the stat effect. So we're just letting this sit here, and if they're not getting like an event where you can, for example, farm those boxes and it's only in the cash shop, then this is definitely considered pay to win. Now let's take a look at the fashion right here. So fashion, as we already said, compared to League of Legends, if they don't have any effects, then it's totally fine. It's purely cosmetic. If they do have stats, and they are not obtainable in any other way in the game, it is considered pay to win. And when we take a look right here, those cloaks, for example, have stats. They are not high, but they do have some, so it is some kind of pay to win feature right here. And basically all those cloaks are having stats, but then we're in the part where we're actually looking at custom sets just to change your appearance. And as we can see, those don't have effects at the moment. So this is definitely something pay to style concept. Then we're taking a look at the pickup pets. Pickup pets are CS pets that follow you around and pick up the loot automatically for you. And you can even choose a loot filter, so it only picks up specific loots that you're actually looking for. This is something that is clearly paid to convenience. It is just so you don't have to do it by hand. It's just a quality of life feature. So this is perfectly fine to sit in the cash shop right here. Now we're taking a look at the Flythings. There are different flying devices, and they are a slightly bit faster than the ones that you can buy normally at the NPC, which makes it again a paid for convenience factor, and it's totally fine to sit in the cash shop right here. Now we're taking a look at the consumables. Consumables are often heavily discussed because if you need them for progressing in the game, they are definitely pay to win. If you can't get them from other events and stuff like this, they are pay to win. If you can get them from like lucky boxes that you drop from monsters at like a low chance, for example, then it's only pay to progress. So we have to take a look out for it, and we can't already say how this especially topic is going to turn out because we don't know what kind of events are planned in the future. But at the moment, all those power-ups, for example, here, getting an increase of 20% attack, for example, is definitely a pay-to-win future if it's not going to be available any other option by the game. So now then we also have some things that are like pay for convenience, like the acceleration fuel that can increase your board even faster, or for example, the Scroll of Command Bank, which allows you to create more slots in your bank so you have more storage free. Then we have some other things that are considerably just pay for convenience or pay to progress. Those are, for example, like item transies. So if you're having like a male item and you rather want to have a female item, instead of farming a long time to drop it, you can change the sex of the item right here. And then, yeah, there's all kind of stuff. It's not that bad. But then we are here at the party scroll, for example. And this scroll can give the party leader an increase of 40% damage. And it's currently only available in the shop. This means I would consider this a heavy pay-to-win factor right here. Now let's take a look at the materials. We just want to look at the protections here for now. So those are scrolls that you need to increase the level of your weapon. Or for example set, when we're looking at this protect and element of course. And they are 80 F coins each. The chances for just getting a weapon from +9 to 10, only this upgrade, is an average of 50 tries. So this means from 9 to 10 you would need 4000 F coins to succeed on average. And this is clearly a pay to progress factor right here. Because upgrading is an essential part of Flyff Universe and it will give you significant power boosts, but those scrolls can be obtained at the Violet Giants if you farm them. So it's definitely not a pay to win factor here, it's only pay to progress. And if we are looking at the awakes at the moment, so on Flyff PC for example, we were able to awake every part at 5 slots. And now we are able to only have like some kind of a similar thing to an awake that is either on the weapon or the shield and will give us bonus effects. For example, on a shield, you could drop like 15% block rate on there, or I am, for example, an acrobat and I use junk arrow to level. And this means for junk arrow percentage increase in damage on my weapon would be really good for me at the moment. And I can use those scrolls to roll for those bonuses, but I could also farm weapons and drop a weapon with those bonuses. So it's not required. So this is again a pay to progress part right here. Now, one last thing I want to talk about before we are coming to a conclusion if it's pay to win or not, is the underwhelming DPS factor if you are 1v1. So for example, if you're 1v1 and you're leveling with auto attacks, it's going to be really slow compared to buying an Activision and a refresher hold, for example, from the donate shop and using skills to level. Skills leveling gives you a significant boost. So this is again an example for pay to progress. If you pay, you're leveling faster. This is pretty similar to the scroll of amplifications that we have, which means if you're paying, you will get more experience other than not paying, but overall any player can achieve the same goal. The person that doesn't play is just taking longer for the goal to reach. This means we have another pay to progress factor right here. So if we are coming to a conclusion, pay to win means it's not available on any other way in the game, basically. And there's one thing about the Flyff Universe shop that makes the pay to win futures less pay to win. And this is the fact that if you buy something, it is not soul linked. So for example, we talked about the scroll, for example. Let me open it up again. About the scroll, how it can give 40% damage increase to a party leader. But you could farm Penya in-game and buy the scroll from someone that was donating to the game. And this way you can achieve getting this scroll all by farming just by yourself without spending a single dime. It will just take you a lot longer than just buying it from the cash shop, of course. So basically all the pay to win futures are considered pay to progress here, which comes to my conclusion. This game is not pay to win. It is a heavy grind game. It is Korean style. So if you're not paying, you will have to grind non-stop to achieve your goals. So I consider it pay to progress, not pay to win. But if you are a free to play player, you better be loving the grind. Otherwise, I don't think this game is suiting your playstyle. Yeah, so we are at the end of the video. I hope I earned your subscription by then. If you have other opinions on the topic, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will try to discuss with you. And yeah, let's see you in the next one. Cheers.